Okay, so over the last weekend, there Obi-Wan Kenobi, 2 episodes of that came out, and Stranger Things, 7 episodes of that. I chose Stranger Things season 4, so this is gonna be my spoiler-free review of the first 7 episodes of Stranger Things season 4. This is part 1 of 2. Here's my review for. Okay, so Stranger Things Season 4 takes place about 2 years after Season 3, and it follows all of our old characters while introducing some new ones, with a new threat coming in that they have to fight. So, this was probably one, if not my most anticipated shows of the year, well, seasons, I guess, after I'd seen Stranger Things Season 3, because just, I've been watching each season from the past 2 months, and I finally finished it up, and then I just couldn't wait for this to come out. I had like 3 weeks to wait, and so watched it finally. I had Obi-Wan Kenobi or Stranger Things. I chose Stranger Things just because I'd been having so much lead up to it, and it seems like a lot more people are choosing Obi-Wan Kenobi. But just to start, non-spoiler free, no spoilers. I think this season could very well be the best. We'll see how it sticks, the landing. That's what really is going to determine it. But it just introduces so many new characters. It has easily the best threat of all Stranger Things. Because even if you watch the trailers, he's talking. You have no idea what he is. And it's extremely dark, which I enjoy. The problem with Stranger Things Season 2 and 3, which I still enjoy, 2. It's a solid 8.5 for me, but still not the level that Season 1 and 3 are. And that even though Season 3 is currently my favorite season, it's lacking one thing, and that is Season 1 was so terrifying because you had no idea what was going on. And it was so creepy and creative and interesting. And it's just pretty basic with Season 2 and 3, where you just know what's going to happen. They're going to make it out. You've known these creatures before. There's no suspense. There's no creepiness. There's just, will they survive? Will they not survive? Because you know what's going on. This actually gives mystery. You're intrigued. You're wondering what is going on. And it does that, not exactly by doing creepy stuff where you have no idea what's going on, which it sort of does, but it also has darker elements. Like people, very gory. It is TV-14, but this is like really pushing the limits on TV-14. I feel like there's less language, but more gore. And I enjoyed that about that because just the gore in this it just freaked me out. It's the creepiest season. Well, the goriest, I would say. I don't know if it's the creepiest. Season 1 is probably creepier. There's so many things in here that you have old stuff going back when we're having flashbacks to 11's past. We have the current stuff. We have everybody's split up into different teams, which I could enjoy, but still you have the aspect that they're not all together. So it's a bit tricky for me to figure that out because I really enjoy what's going on with the different plot lines, but it's harder for me to choose like one to be invested in. They're all great, but I'd like for the entire team to get together. And through this season, you actually get the feeling of a threat much more than you did in Season 2 or 3, because I didn't even like some of the theories that they were coming up with. Dustin was coming up with theories like what's going on, and I was like, nah, I don't want that to happen. They were connecting it to different things. But this season really goes for it with everything. It's bigger, epicer, gorier, and it just gives a more sense of danger, like any character could die. And speaking of characters, there's a time jump, so things mean more when Hopper is like when they figure out that Hopper's alive. And the main character basically of this season, you could even see it in the poster, is more Max than 11. 11's got her plotline, everybody's got their own plotline, but Max she's the main character, and she gives a great performance, shoots up the list. There are some characters here that I feel do need to be fleshed out a bit more, that just haven't been able to do stuff in in the last 2 seasons. Especially Will, he doesn't do much in this season. Mike doesn't do a whole bunch, but he's there. He's doing something. Will is just basically there, standing around, bouncing off of Mike maybe a bit. But I feel like we need everybody to be fleshed out. When you have this many characters and you're adding new characters into it, it doesn't work as well when you're trying to just focus on one character because you have to focus on all the characters. So it's very tricky on how to do it. I think they did a fairly good job with all that, though, with balancing it. Like, they did do a perfect job. There's still some characters that don't have much going on, and there's other ones that have a ton going on. But I still enjoyed it. There's a new character called Eddie, he's like the leader of the Dungeons and Dragons Club, and I really enjoyed him. He was solid in this show. And then we also have this other character who's a friend with Jonathan, who Jonathan also doesn't do a whole bunch in this show, well, this season, but we'll see with the final 2 episodes. Another thing, the episodes are over an hour long each. The longest one is an hour and a half. Well, an hour and 40 minutes, actually. They get longest episodes that I've ever seen, but they just give you the more sense of epicness, where each one is, you put 2 of these together and they could become a movie, and it makes it so much longer. Which, if I'm going to rewatch all of these later in preparation for Season 5, it's going to be a long watch, because this season is easily the longest, and we only have Part 1. We have Part 2, the final 2 episodes coming out, which I assume will each be over 2 hours long. There's like a big reveal twist in the final episode that sort of blows your mind. Even if you're paying attention, you don't really connect it. At least I didn't. Nobody that was watching it with me really did. And it just pushed this entire season up so much more. I love the design of everything. It looks so much, not exactly better, but it's the same solid stuff. I love the concept and the look of the new villain. And 11 doesn't have her power, so there's the more sense of danger, because she doesn't have her power. She could be killed. Anybody could be killed. You get that sense. And I think they will kill off a main character in the next 2 episodes. And I'm worried who's going to make it, who's not, because some of my favorite characters are in Pearl right here. So just the first 2 episodes I wasn't 100% on board. End of episode 1. I was like, this is terrifying. This is creepy. But I'm not 100% on board. And then they sort of pushed it up and up with the next few episodes, establishing stuff, figuring stuff out. Because we're just getting an introduction. We haven't seen these characters for 2 years. And we're getting caught up in where they are, what's going on with them, and how they're doing. And so I feel okay with us not really diving into them figuring out what's going wrong in the first episode, because this is the first episode. But it is a lot more of them figuring what's going on and knowing that something's wrong, rather than in Season 3 where they're basically just shopping and teenage angst, and then like final 3 episodes are like, oh wow, we gotta assemble and figure this all out together. So just different plot lines, little romance threads, like how are they gonna do this? I'm very interested. They have me really invested with the characters. This is one of those shows that the characters really hold it together, and they're what shine some of the best characters for a show. There isn't a bad character in any season. And so, just really, really solid first part of the season. I can't wait for the second part. Don't worry, I'm going to be coming out with a spoiler review of this tomorrow, so be on the lookout for that. Thanks for watching, everybody. Leave your spoiler-free comments down below if you've seen the first part of Stranger Things Season 4. I'm Braden. This is Max Views. Braden out.